What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing awesome. Today's video we're going to be talking a little bit about dogs and just a little incident we had with my family involving a dog, and I just wanted to kind of let you know and ask a little question. Maybe what would you do if you were in the situation, you know, kind of on both sides. So anyway, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they live down the street from us. They're pretty close, and it's usually within walking distance. There's, you know, like some baseball fields in between us, and, you know, another block or so. And we help each other out a lot. We do things for them, they do things for us. And one of the things they do to help us out is their daughter and our daughter, they're both about 9, and they're in the same class at school. They go to the same school, they're in the same class, they're like kind of best friends. So to help us out, my sister-in-law picks them up from school, picks our daughter up from school and brings her home. And a few days ago, it was a nice day, so they stopped at their house and decided they were gonna walk. It was a nice day. You know, it had been bad weather for a long time. You know, spring's starting to hit us, and it was a nice day, so they figured they're gonna walk home. So they walked home, walked my daughter home. Everything was cool, you know. And on their way back, there's about, you know, 2 houses from their house. And now this is my sister-in-law, and she had the 9-year-old and just a little baby in a stroller, and one of their dogs that they're kind of a new dog, and not puppy, but a new dog that they're kind of training. They brought it on. It was a family members are kind of bringing it in to kind of do some training with it and stuff. So they were walking home, and about two houses down from their house, there was a dog. It was like a brown lab, and it was mixed. I don't know what it was mixed with, but it was mixed. And this dog attacked my little 9-year-old niece. I mean, it mauled her up, you know, got her face. She had to go to the ER, get some stitches and everything, and really shook her up pretty bad. You know, she's not doing very well as far as, like, you know, she's really shook up. She's traumatized. She's to the point where she won't even so much as sleep in her own bed. She doesn't want to go outside and play. She doesn't want to, you know, she has to sleep with mom and dad, and she's just really traumatized. This is a petite little girl, so this dog was like basically manhandling her. It was dragging her around, swinging her around, you know. And, you know, when they got to the doctor, they said if it was like an inch or two more down her neck, it could have killed her. And, you know, she had some stitches in her arm and stitches in her neck, so everything was, you know, but it was a bum deal. And, you know, physically, you know, she's gonna be fine. Stitches are healing, you know, wounds heal, they, you know, it goes away and all that. But anyway, what I was thinking, and what my question is, and what I was thinking what I would have done is, you know, my first thought was, if I was there, I would have shot the dog. I'd have pulled out my gun and I'd have shot the dog. Then I got thinking, I was like, would I really have shot the dog? I mean, am I that good of a shot? A dog sitting there swinging this girl around like she's nothing. And, you know, if I'm sitting there trying to shoot a dog and hope I hit the dog and not her, you know, type of thing. And so it's like one of those, you know, would I have jumped in the middle of it trying to save her? And then if the dog started attacking me, yeah, then maybe I could, you know, pull up and have a safe shot where it's just to the dog and that's it. But, I mean, it's like, what would you do in that situation? I mean, I wasn't there, so it was just my sister-in-law. She went to try and save the dog, or save the girl from the dog, and let go of the stroller, and the stroller commenced and starting to roll down the hill into the street. So she had to run back to the thing. So she's like, which daughter do I keep an eye on? Do I, you know? And so she eventually got and started kicking the dog. And, you know, short story long, these people were home that owned the dog, and they didn't do a thing about it. This little girl that was probably about the daughter's age, the little girl's age, she finally comes out and calls the dog's name, and the dog finally gives up and goes inside. So, and to make things worse, these people that own the dog, they haven't even so much as come over to visit, to see if she's okay, to apologize, say I'm sorry, you know, this happened, or, we apologize. We're gonna, whatever we can do to help you. We can bring you dinners. We can whatever. They haven't even nothing. None of that. They haven't even acknowledged that it happened. So my question is, and I think, my opinion is, the dog needs to be put down. Okay, that's just my opinion. I know that might piss some people off because I know dogs can be part of the family, and I get it. I have dog. It's kind of part of the family. But when they say, well, it's only a first offense, it's only the dog's first offense, which leads me to my next question: is how many chances do a dog get? How many kids does this dog have to attack before it's determined to be a danger? How many? I mean, there's dogs that are, I get it, it's its first offense, and maybe give it, but if it was a person, if I would attack somebody like that, yeah, they may not put me to sleep, put me to death for it, but they would definitely punish me for it. I would definitely probably go to jail, maybe prison time. I'd go to court, pay fines, restraining orders, whatever. I'd get all that. So, and the difference is a dog, well, yeah, the dog needs to be punished, but you can't really punish the dog anymore because it's already been, it doesn't know what it did wrong now, it's over. So you can't go smack the dog, you can't put the dog in quarantine, you can't, because the dog's, it's not going to know what it did wrong. So it's like, so what do you do? I mean, and I get it, the dog, it is its first offense, and, I feel for the dog because it's only its first offense, but it leads me to my question is how many times does this have to happen before they deem the dog needing to go, needing to be put down, needing to be, whatever the case may be? How many times, how many chances do you give a dog? Do you give it 2? How many kids do you do? 2 kids have to get attacked? 3 kids? 4 kids? 10 kids? How many kids have to get attacked before you deem, or people anyway? I mean, most of the time I see it, the way I see it is most of the time it's kids, because dogs aren't stupid. They know especially adult males, are not going to be able to, they're going to be able to fight back. So they mostly go after the unexpected kids and small kids. And I don't know what the story is. I don't know if the little girl was provoking the dog. I don't think so, because they were just walking home. But I mean, still though, my question is how many times do we do this? Do we have to do we have to, how many kids have to get attacked before they do something to the dog? And I'm not saying put the dog to sleep. Well, I kind of am, but I'm not necessarily saying that's mandatory. I think it has to happen. I just I'm just questioning how many times. I mean, if you can legitimately come up with a good answer to that question, then I have no problem siding with you. I just want to know how many. And what would you do if you were the parent in this situation? What would, if that happened to your kid, what would you think about it? If you were the dog owner, what would you think about it? What would you do? I mean, you obviously probably wouldn't just totally not do anything about it. You would probably at least want to go over to the house and visit the girl and see if she's okay and stuff. Any reasonable human being would do that. But I mean, what would you do in that situation? What would you require? I mean, obviously hospital bills need to be paid. She went to the ER to get some stitches, and I don't know if y'all have been to the ER lately, but holy crap, it's expensive. I went to the ER because my hands, I got carpal tunnel in my hands, and I wasn't sure what it was, and I woke up and my hand was hurting so bad that I couldn't move my hand. It was hurting so bad. I took all this medicine. I couldn't. It didn't help anything. So I went to the ER. I thought, I got to go to the ER and find out what the heck this is. All they did was give me some medicine in an IV, wait until the pain to go away, sent me home, and that was like $4,000. So I don't know if you know what ER visits cost anymore. They've at least got some medical bills that need to be paid. I mean, regardless, they've got some medical bills that need to be paid. So, I mean, as far as the dog's concerned, what would you do? I mean, I have my opinions. You kind of heard what my opinions are. I think the dog needs to be, if it was my dog, I would do the same thing, because that's not tolerated. I personally have a people over pets. If you're gonna be, talking about priorities are definitely people, not pets. People over pets. Period. So anyway, kind of rambling. Appreciate you watching. It was just a thought I had. Something happened, and I thought I'd bring it on and see what your opinions would be. So let me know in the comments. It's a legitimate question. I want to know. I don't need any hater comments. I don't need whatever. And if I get them, I get them. Whatever. But I'm not hating on this dog. I'm just, how many times does it take? How many offenses does this dog need? How many chances does a dog need? How many chances does a person need? If I attack this person, it would be demanded that I be punished. I'd go to court. You'd want me to pay my dues. But how do you punish a dog now? It has no idea what it's in trouble for. So that's my question. What would you do if you were the dog owner and your dog attacked a little girl or some kid? What would you do? What would your reaction be? How would you treat that situation? What would you do if you were the child, the parent of this child? What would you do in that situation? And this is all the after the fact stuff. And then what would you do if you were there? I mean, you're obviously, when the dog's chewing up this little girl, you obviously can't shoot the dog, because I don't think you're that good of a shot if that dog's swinging that kid around. I don't think there's very many of us that are that good of a shot. And once the dog gets off the kid, unless it starts attacking you or somebody else, it's no longer a threat. And in my opinion, it should be, you can't shoot the dog that's no longer a threat. Just like a person. If a person's attacking somebody and then that person starts to run, it's no longer a threat to shoot somebody. You can't shoot a person in the back. So you should be able to shoot the dog in the back. So what would you do? I mean, you'd obviously intervene somehow or another. But what would you do? Let me know in the comments. And hit that like and subscribe and share and comment. The YouTube stuff. Do all that. Help me fight the algorithms. Help us all. We're all of us, certain types of channels. We're really fighting that YouTube algorithm, because they like censorship and they don't like us to talk about certain things. And so just hit that subscribe and leave some comments. Let me know what you think, and let's figure this out together. Let's come to some agreements here, because I've got my opinions, but do I think my opinions are the only opinion, or the right opinion? Well, maybe not. That's why I said I'm up for changing a mind. Changing my mind. Give me some valid arguments here. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Again, do the YouTube stuff. Hit the like, subscribe, share, comment. You do all the YouTube stuff. And I will see you in the next one.